Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, my brothers and sisters, if they are there, inshallah. I couldn't hear anything. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Inshallah. It's a pre-khutbah, it's not a khutbah. We say, oh, no, you shouldn't say what. Pre-khutbah, mashallah, we come and say what we have to say and what we have to, in general, because the khutbahs usually is very restrict to the dhikrullah subhanahu wa ta'ala and of course Sunnah al-Nabi and the Quran and everything else which we have to say, because Fridays, Yom al-Jum'ah, is just for the dhikrullah. وَسَوَى إِلَى dhikrullah. That means go to the dhikrullah, as Surah al-Jum'ah says. However, we come in, at the moment today we are here, and before that we can say, we can talk and we can see what is our problem. What is our problem and how we can solve it. How we can make it right. For example, you know what happened this week. Is it this week? Yeah, it's this week. You know what happened this week? Of course, one of the evil. I don't know. You call him Muslim or not or whatever. It definitely is a mad person. Definitely is a mad person, because without any things, he went and just stabbed the people and killed the very innocent people. Had nothing to do with it. If you can say war, if you can say jihad, if you can say it didn't finish. Just this morning I was just leave it there, please. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to tape it as well to see what I'm saying. And now, what we have here, my brothers, is. I was talking in the LBC news, of course, this morning, and of course BBC's yesterday and day before yesterday. There are when situation like this happens. When situation like this happens, it will be a disaster for Muslims, because the hate crime goes high, the racist goes high, very high. From the low, suddenly shoot up from the 20% shoot up to 85% suddenly, because the people see, of course, non-Muslim or other people see, why these Muslims come and kill us? Why it is destroying us? And they see everybody as a threat. What everybody's saying, you're many people, 99, every perhaps a million people we have one which is bad. Every million, because we got 1.8 billion. We got about 20,000 around the world which are bad. But you find it in any religion. In any religion. Therefore, what we need to do, brother, we need to advise each other. Advise each other on this, which if we know somebody is doing it, because it goes against us. It totally goes against the Muslim. At the moment, unfortunately, the Muslim going to be again in difficulties, or a scarf going to be taken. At the moment they are talking about taking a scarf off all Europe. This scarf off, and after that, I don't know, you take a hat off, and after that take a beard off, because you've got a beard, you know. You've got a big beard, you have to have it small, because of the situation which they, for example, which restricting Muslim. It does not help at all. It does not help at all if we find some evil person, a mad person, goes and killing the innocent ladies. One of them, her name was Aisha, which died. Aisha. Oh, Aisha. Wife of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam name. He's a Muslim, he killed him. He was with the two children. He went to get those two children there. Her name is Aisha. And why? What was the reason? Why are you doing that? The mad people. It wasn't even a jihadist. It wasn't even, because jihadists usually say Allahu Akbar or something like that. He didn't even say Allahu Akbar. He didn't say even the Shahadatain. I asked, did he say something when he was dying? No. He was, of course, had the criminal things. However, my brother, we have to be very vigilant, because it affects all of us. We have to be very careful. We are trying to bring a hate crime down in this country, because many of you here, they come and tell me, brother, they swear at me outside. What shall I do? I say, can I go to the police? He says, no. scared. I'm from, for example, Pakistan or Afghanistan or they suddenly send me. They don't know the situation, of course, is a democracy here. You know, many brothers which in Newcomb, they be victim of the hate crime, swearing, racism. Many have been, and just they forget. And many, of course, they don't know they have been victim of hate crime. Suddenly he says something racist to you and you say, go away, for example, something. And that's it. But you have been victim of the racism, victim of the hate crime. And is that against the law? Is a crime. And if you don't hold these ones, somebody going to stab somebody else's and whatever, you know, the chap get encouraged, the perpetrator get encouraged and excuse me, goes and stabbing or damaging or burned in the mouth or burning the mosques, or you know, many times happen, or writing a graffiti and these sort of things. Therefore, we have to be always vigilant. The country is democracy, alhamdulillah. There is not any democracy which we have here in any Islamic country. We can see. Go to Somalia, go to Afghanistan, go to Syria, go to Libya, go to Iraq, go to Saudi. They have no democracy which you can do what you like. And it is all democracy which you have is Islamic democracy. It's so Islamic because they look after the health. Islamic. Have to look after health. You know, Islam says everybody health. The social security, you know, minimum. Feeding everybody. Islam says feeding everybody. Freedom of speech. What do you want to talk? Is there many things which we have, my brother, which is there, which we haven't got in our country. Therefore, what we need to do, we need to appreciate what they do, and of course, not going and killing this and killing that and damaging that and damage. We talk. If there is something, for example, if the matter of the Syrians, matter of the whatever, they have a parliament. You have your MP. You tell the MP, and he will do it. He will take it to the Prime Minister. He will take it to the Prime Minister. My constituents say that. It's not like, for example, I don't want to criticize, of course, it's not other countries which you never seen as soon as they get the votes and they become to the House of Lords or House of the Parliament or whatever, they don't see them at all. Or if you want to see them, 20 bodyguards around them. But here, you just see them, people, can you see, of course, but the thing was that all the MPs was outside and helping and doing what they can, for example. Therefore, we can see here so much of a goodness we have, and suddenly coming and damaging, and we damage the name of Islam. Islam is a peace. Salaam alaikum, peace be on you. Wa alaikum assalam. Islam alaikum. Islam, surrendering to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with peace. Islam is surrendering to yourself. You peace with yourself, peace with the people, and peace with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Helping the neighbors, 40 times this side here, 40 side there, up, down, helping the neighbors, helping the communities. 40 there and 40 there and 40 there and 40 there. Houses which the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, you are responsible for them. That means it's a community. Then you are responsible for the community, brother, to help them to care. And at the moment, is so damaged at the moment, of course, we have, they tighten the securities. As soon as they tighten the security to whom? To the Muslims. You know? As soon as we're doing wrong. Therefore, we need to think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, I know there are difficulties the war here, war there. We are not talking about the war and everything else, of course. But in general, you can see. But we have to pray. And of course, we got the United Nations, we got our parliament, we got many other organizations which we can write and we can get there, inshallah. May Allah bless you. Jazakumullah khairan. We are starting in a couple of minutes, inshallah. There's enough people here, inshallah. And of course, what I want to say, of course, is a sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Usually, of course, when the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was coming, he was talking to all, and to make sure, sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can find my khutbahs. He makes sure everybody knows, as Jum'ah, which is a compulsory, of course, is a incumbent for all Muslims except some are ill or except sisters to come to the prayer. And it is because at that time, the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there were no telephone. Hello, how are you? Where are you? I can't see you. There were no child, you know, and they had to come. If somebody wasn't in the mosque, he says, where is, for example, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud? He says, well, he's in. Oh, we have to go and see him. Do you understand? Therefore, what I want you to do, my brother, you just say salam to each other, because you come in straight, you don't see the next one, just say salam alaikum, just say salam alaikum. Salam alaikum, salam alaikum. Yeah, I still say salam alaikum, I leave it. Just salam alaikum, how are you? I got 2 minutes. 2 minutes, at least you know each other. At least you know each other. It is good. It's good. It's good, at least you know each other. He is El Presidente. He's the president of the thing. He will talk. You know, I have to know him. He's a president. It's good. You know, mashallah, if got any difficulties, come to president. He's responsible for all things. I am the imam for Burqa, of course. I'm part of the university. But the students, he's looking after him. Mashallah, see a smile coming out.